Well, hello, my beautiful friends, my subscribers of YouTube. How are you doing? Hey, you know what? I'm going to do a review today. It's pretty mild out here. Today is the 1 year anniversary of this battery that I had bought. And this has been on 3 different vehicles. And this is my 2003 Explorer. This has been on a 2002 Mountaineer. And it's also been on a Expedition, a 1999 Expedition with a 5.4. And today makes 1 year since I've had this particular battery. Now, the other review I did about 5 or 10 videos back was on a smaller battery. It was actually on my Land Rover, and if you want to check that video out, go back and look at it, and you'll see my review on that battery. Now, this here is a Walmart battery. I purchased this, like I said, probably a year ago, paid $49 for it, and it's been a pretty good battery. And let me go in here and start the old vehicle up and let you have a listen to it. Okay, we're inside the vehicle. We'll go ahead and hit the key. And hear that thing cranks that engine right over. It has no problems whatsoever. And we had 2 days last February. It was 10 below zero and not an issue. It cranked that engine right over. And the other 2 vehicles I had 4.6 V8 engines, and the other one was a 5.4. So this is a pretty heavy duty battery. So let's go ahead and shut this vehicle off, and let's go ahead and pull the battery out and give you a nice look at it. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to get this out with one hand and hold the camera with the other. So I don't have a tripod yet set up where I can just kind of mount it on my hood and record, but that's something I'm going to look into on YouTube and see if I can find one. And I use plastic bags. I cover up all my new batteries and stuff because you never know if you have to take them back, and they have a warranty with them for 1 year. Oh my goodness, and this is a heavy one. Spin this around, get my bags. I like to keep my batteries, like I said, nice and clean. I wipe it off every time I change vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and rip this off. Here it is. It is a ValuePower. This is a 650 cranking amp, cold cranking amp, and I paid $49 for it. If you have an old battery, you take it back and you get a $12 credit. But if you don't have a battery, it's going to cost you about 65 bucks. But yeah, you can find a battery these days for next to nothing laying around an old junk battery. Now, with this particular battery, a lot of times when you go to find these bigger batteries, especially the cheaper ones at Walmart, the budget batteries, you have a problem sometimes. The hot is not on the right side. For instance, my cable on this side is hot. Now, they had some batteries 2 weeks ago. I went out there and the hot was on the opposite side. So you kind of got to watch out for that. But if you can find a battery that has the hot and negative on the right side, these batteries work out pretty good. Now, like I said, I've had this for about a year, and it's been pretty cold out, and it's worked my vehicles really well. Started them right up, and it's looks pretty clean. Yeah, it's got a little dirt on it, but it's not too bad. I mean, for $49, you can't beat it. And this is a V8, and there's lots of room here to set this battery in. So I've been pretty happy with it. So if you're on a budget, Walmart batteries seem to be pretty good. I've not had any issues with them. Now, the one thing I do like about this, it does have a handle on it, and you can take this handle out if you want. If it's going to be in the way, you can just kind of turn this right there sideways. Let me get over here where the sun actually where you can see. You can turn this sideways and pop this out if you want, if that's annoying to you. But other than that, if you need a battery, I think these Walmart batteries are actually pretty good. And of course, I'm not getting paid to tell you this. I wish I had some sponsors, but if you want to sponsor me on something, hey, shoot me an email. But make sure when you get a battery like this, check your owner's manual. It'll tell you what cranking amps you should have. Now, for me, my book calls for 650 cranking amps, which is what the factory had put in this earlier. Now, you can get these up to 1,000 cranking amps, and if you live in the Northeast where it's going to be 20 below zero, up in Canada or wherever, yeah, you might want to go with a higher cranking amp battery, but this is group 65, and you can research all that, and you can find out what that means, and that's exactly what my 2003 Ford Explorer calls for. So I've been pretty happy with it, so I thought I'd just do a little update, and there's some other numbers up there, and some statistics and all that. And you never have to worry about putting water in these like you did the old batteries. And there's actually a little vent tube right there in case this battery gets hot. It lets some of the gases come out so the battery doesn't blow up like a balloon and explode on you if you are trying to jump your vehicle, or if there's a spark or something. All right, so there's one more look at it. This one here is a pretty big battery. This one's about I think 11 or 12 inches across. Now the one on my Land Rover, let's go over here and look at it real quick. This one here is a 525 cold cranking app. If I spread my fingers apart, you know, it's only about 7 inches wide, so you can get different sized batteries for different vehicles. Let's go back over here, and you can see how big this one is. It's really wide. See, I've got some space over here left, so it's about 12 inches wide. So we'll set this back down in here. And the only thing I can recommend is make sure when you buy one of these batteries that your hot cable is on the right side. And if you have a negative cable, make sure it's on the left. It's never good to try to cross your cables, because you can these cables can get hot and they will short out and cause you all kind of problems. So there's a little update on the old Walmart ValuePower battery. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until then, I will see you guys later. All right, have a good one. And you better do this before it gets cold, because you don't want to be stuck paying $300 or $200 to come get a jump start. Have someone come give you a jump start or a tow home. So for 50 bucks, it's good insurance to have a good battery before old man winter comes creeping in. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Until then, have a beautiful day, you beautiful people.